welcome to Keller Acres. Today I am making a healthy cottage cheese apple bake, and I'm going to have a little extra added protein to this apple bake. This is going to be perfect for your fall days, and we are having one of those today. It's nice and sunny out, but it is cool. It's a cool day. We're just going to hit around 60 degrees. I think it's kind of breezy, and boy, it started out super cold this morning. So these days when it's kind of cool and you've got that Christmas in the air, a delicious apple dessert is perfect. And this one has no processed sugar, so it's a great recipe to feel good about. All right, for this recipe, I'm going to be using, and you need either two cups of almond flour or 2 cups of oatmeal. I am going to use half and half. So I just want to start with that you can do it either way. You can use all almond flour, all oatmeal, or you can do it like I'm doing and do 1 cup of almond flour, 1 cup of oatmeal. For the oatmeal, I'm going to be using these Quaker protein oats just to add some extra protein to this recipe. Also, you're going to need 2 cups of cottage cheese, of course, because cottage cheese is the star of this recipe. Such a great thing to add to recipes, and we're adding some good protein with this cottage cheese. It's 12 grams of protein per half a cup, and again, we have 2 full cups in this recipe, so 48 grams of protein. That's awesome. Plus the oats, plus my scoop of protein powder. So this is a pretty good amount of protein in this apple bake. So here's our 2 cups of cottage cheese. I already blended this in the blender. When I bake anything with cottage cheese, I like to pre-blend the cottage cheese first. I feel like it just turns out better that way. All right, again, I'm adding a scoop of vanilla protein powder to mine. You don't have to do that. You can leave that out. 3 eggs, a 1/4 cup of maple syrup or honey. So again, no processed sugar in this. A teaspoon or so of vanilla extract, a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a pinch of salt, and 2 cups of peeled diced apples. And I do have to mention my vanilla extract. I made spiced rum vanilla extract here. There is a video on this, check it out. All right, let's get started. Also, be preheating your oven to 350 degrees and either grease or line an 8x8 pan with parchment paper. All right, I'm gonna start by putting in my eggs into this bowl, my maple syrup, my vanilla. Gonna give this a little bit of a stir. Just gonna use my spatula that already has cottage cheese all over it. Just gonna break those eggs up and then we'll add in our cottage cheese. All right, that is good and mixed together. Let's add in our cottage cheese. I love apple desserts. When I think of fall, I think of pumpkins and apples. So this is gonna be a great one to have today. Stir that in. Try not to slop it all over. All right, next, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my baking powder, my cinnamon, my salt, mix that in. Ooh, that cinnamon smells really good. All right, next I'm gonna throw in my protein powder. So add that in if you're putting it in, and again, you don't have to, you can leave that out. I will do a protein breakdown for you at the end of this video. I will add that up just so you know approximately how much protein you're getting, because this is gonna have a pretty good amount. All right, next I'm gonna add in my almond flour and then my oats. I am loving these protein oats. I've been using them a lot in homemade granola. I do have a video on that, some peanut butter homemade granola. Oh, it's really good. I have been addicted to that lately. Been eating it as kind of my sweet treat every day. It's so good, so good. All right, now we're just gonna fold in our diced apples. All right, then grab your pan. Let's get this into our baking dish. Smooth it out. All right, I'm gonna get this in the oven and I'll let you know how long I bake it for. All right, my cottage cheese apple cinnamon bake is done. This entire recipe has 134 grams of protein in it. That's a lot of protein. So you can just kind of figure out how much your portion has depending on how big of a portion you decide to eat. And of course that does include the scoop of protein powder that I added, which was an extra 20 grams protein. So if you don't add that, you would want to subtract that. But between the cottage cheese, also if you use a different oatmeal or you don't use oatmeal, that'll affect it slightly. Actually, that would, if you used all almond flour, you would actually get a slight bit more because there is 7 grams of protein per quarter cup of almond flour, where a half a cup of the high protein oatmeal that I used has 10 grams. So you could actually use all almond flour and get a little bit more. But if you used all regular oats, then it would be less, obviously. This smells amazing. So time to taste. Smells so good. Again, nice cozy dessert for these cool fall days with protein. Can't go wrong there. Smells so good, and I love apples. This would be amazing with ice cream. You'd probably want to use, I mean, obviously if you're making a healthy dessert, you would want to use like, you know, maybe a Ninja Creamy protein ice cream. Something a little healthier than your regular ice cream, or not. Maybe some Cool Whip even. All right, give this a taste. Very good. Obviously it's not super sweet, but it's sweet enough. The apples, that little bit of maple syrup. You know what would be good on this actually, when I'm talking about syrup? You could put a little bit of warm syrup on this. A little bit of warm maple syrup just on the top, or a little bit of honey. That would be amazing because it's kind of giving me breakfast vibes. It kind of reminds me of like a French toast type of consistency. That's kind of the, you know, with that cottage cheese in there, it's a little bit more, that consistency is just reminding me of French toast. So this would be amazing with just a little bit of maple syrup on top. That would be so good. I'm gonna have to try it. Really good. And again, great amount of protein. This would just make actually a really good breakfast or dessert, either or. So it'd be great for if you're doing a brunch or if you're having company for the holidays and you wanted to have something just already made just to warm up for a breakfast or anything, or in any time. This would be a really great recipe for that. Super good. Again, high protein cottage cheese apple cinnamon bake. Give it a try. It's pretty darn good. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give us a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our other great future videos.